Hannah Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Freed.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines.
Okay.
Wow, we're so good at that now.
We really are. Like it's
like nothing. Remember when I had to first think about like dead people? And
we
now
also
I'm fine.
couldn't look at each other. It took 3 tries. Now it's like whatever.
Now it's like, hey, High Heels and Punchlines. What's up, Hannah?
I want to tell you
in that voice.
It's okay.
Oh, first shout out to our sponsor. I mean, we don't have a sponsor.
We would kill to have a sponsor to shout out.
We have a couple people on our list. I don't know if
some calls.
We might be getting some calls soon. Awake chocolate owls.
You took one?
No. I couldn't do that to you right now. It's too early
after
for
2
that.
Diet Cokes.
I know. I drank 2 Diet Cokes. So that's because I had food poisoning for the last 24 hours. And I'm now recovering and I'm back. But
and all doctors know the best medicine is 2 Diet Cokes.
Yeah, all doctors know, and they really is.
No, my mom,
Coke
anytime
is the best.
You have an upset stomach,
Diet Coke.
Sip on that Diet Coke.
And I'm playing with the gummy thing again because it's making me feel good.
One time my mom referred to Diet Coke as family medicine.
As she should.
She should.
And by the gummy thing, for those of you not watching us, it's the thinking putty that I like to play with in my hands.
I get 2. So the thinking buddy that Nora has
I
like,
love it. Do you hear it?
It has like a prompt of like to find little creatures. They're not popping.
Okay,
like, I'm not seeing anything.
Yes, they are, Hannah. There you go.
See, but I can't see it from here. Like I can't see that little thing.
Sorry, this is not interesting. Okay, sorry. We can move on from this.
No, I just want you to know where my head's at.
I would love to.
I'm feeling a little anxious
now.
The family I nanny for, I know that this isn't my cross to bear, but they left something behind for their trip, and they asked if I could go like to their place and like send them a picture of it or email it to them or whatever they need. And which is fine. They know I'm recording the pod 2 episodes before I go. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, like knowing that to them it's urgent, and I am like the reason, and I know that they're the reason they don't have it. Like
they're the reason they don't have it.
But just the way I operate, I'm feeling like I really should. I wish there was a world where they texted me last night and I did it before the pod. Like it's on my brain is doing this errand for them, which is why I'm feeling anxious.
I love you so much. And I love that you're feeling anxious about that because it shows how genuine of a person you are. But you really cannot feel anxious for rich people.
Well, yeah, but they just like
our anxiety
they
is
aren't
not
rich people like that. Like these are they're wealthy, but they're also like the kindest people I've ever met. Who like constantly.
It doesn't matter if they're kind. I know a lot of really nice. rich people.
I'm saying though, like I'm gonna feel anxious the whole time, and it's not because they're rich. It's just because like I care about them and I like want them to have an amazing vacation.
You have to compartmentalize that and separate how much you love and care for them, and remember that they're rich and everything will be okay for them.
No. I know. I'm just telling you, this is why I can't go get a coffee and muffin. Like I have to go do this.
I'm so upset that that's why you can't get a coffee and a muffin with me.
I told them that I would be there around 2-ish.
Because I'm like,
and I'm going over to your house tonight.
Sorry, I know. I'm being like Bernie Sanders right now. I'm like, I just paid off my credit card bill and I'm just like,
that's amazing.
The rich need to be taxed more.
They are taxed.
Sorry. I'm like,
I don't like when people group the people I nanny for in with like the rich.
I'm sorry.
They are wealthy,
but they're
they
very
are also
kind.
the first in their line of family members.
Yeah.
Like they're new money. They're so nice. They go above and beyond for me.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And I love them. So in my head, knowing that these people that I love who take such good care of me are stressed about this on their vacation. I can't. I have to go do it the second we're out of here.
I know.
I also, I don't know if you can tell, like I need to shower like it's nobody's business.
I couldn't tell, but you know what? I'm sorry that I bashed I think it really was the credit card payoff this morning.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay. Anytime I talk about the family I nanny for people, and I don't like rich people, but I don't think
I like rich. I have rich people in my life and I love them.
Did you see what I did?
I don't know. See what you did.
I went to go take a sip of my coffee and then I was like, oh, I'm going to say something first. And then I went like that towards the mic, like as if I was going to sip it. That would have been disgusting to touch my lips on that.
Maybe. You never know whose lips are on this.
That's why it's gross.
Oh, Hannah, if that spills on the white couch.
I know. That's why
we're never going to hear the end of it.
I like these couches.
You don't even get me started on the couches. I love them. I have rich people in my life that I love very dearly. Very dearly. I don't worry about them though.
Okay.
Like logistically. I'm always like, it's okay. They're going to be good.
I feel very differently than you. But it's also like I work for them.
That is different. There's a power complex.
And they also like, they like get me, like they're the reason I like got to work with Jon Stewart over the summer.
Right.
Whenever the mom will text me like, how are you doing money wise? And I'm like, I'm okay. And she'll just like send me some extra money.
Right.
She's helped me get doctor's appointments because she like works at a hospital.
She killed that hairdresser for you.
She literally, I got
really
scammed
nice.
at the hair salon and she went and like yelled at them.
No,
and, like,
I have, rich people.
They're good people.
They're good people sometimes. Like I have some rich people in my life who are really fucking good to me. And I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good rich people, we need more of them.
We really do need some more good rich people in this world.
That's why we have to get rich.
Wow, I've come from who gives a shit to let's have more of them. Really come around here.
Well, because the bad ones really stain the reputation for everybody.
They really
do.
But
the good ones are like, you guys are the best.
Yeah, you're just
with
giving
with
back.
your money and you're just giving it and you're just being nice.
Yeah, I'm just saying logistically, you never have to worry because they always have like, it's all good.
I think if she had
which
just
is the best
texted
part
me,
about being rich, which is why I want to be rich because then no one would ever worry about my logistics. They just be like, she's good.
Rich.
She's
She'll
good.
handle it. Someone will handle it.
If I'm rich, Hannah, never worry about getting me a document.
Okay, but if you
just be like, even if I say 911 document, then maybe worry. But if not, it's fine.
I'm going to show you after the pod the 2 texts I got from her.
Is it 911 document?
It's 911 document.
Okay.
They might have to come back to New York if they can't get this.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You've sold me.
I'm
no
not
muffin, no coffee after this. Hannah is going to go
But I
get
thought
the 911
that it would
document.
be okay because we have 2 hours together right now and I'm coming to your house tonight.
I know, but I also like private time together.
I'll come early.
This is in front of the world.
We have millions
the millions of viewers and listeners we have. And then tonight we're with friends.
Well, what time did you tell Chase? Well, Chase isn't
I
getting
told
there
them
till 7.
So why don't you come like 4?
I'm literally gonna, maybe what I'll do
You just come straight
is I'll go home.
Mhm.
I'll pack my outfit.
Pack it up.
And because I'll shower at their place.
Amazing.
But
they have really nice water pressure.
They just redid the place.
Of course they do.
I might take a bath. I think they would be fine with that, but I would never say like, do you mind if I take a bath?
Right.
The girl, their youngest, she's 6. I was so jealous for the other night. I was making dinner in the kitchen and she was taking a bath and watching her movie.
In the bath?
That she had the eye. She likes to take video baths. She's not allowed
She
to.
likes to take video baths? We all like to take a video bath. It's
so they don't have a TV. So they just get like they'll get like 1 hour a day with the iPad, but that's it.
Oh, that's kind of
Which
cool.
I think is for the best for them.
Yeah, that is nice.
But that hour time, she takes very seriously. Like she can't just have the iPad on like while she's doing homework. Like
you have to have it in the bath.
And she was in the bath and she's like lounging with her feet up on the side, all the bubbles, the light is dim. She's watching her movie. I'm making her dinner. She's got her pajamas laid out on the bed. I was like, when will that ever happen for me?
It's going to.
Because that didn't happen for me when I was a kid. I don't think I had video baths.
I didn't have video baths. I tried to do video baths. I've actually done video baths with Sex and the City. And
everyone understands we're like, you're watching a movie on your computer while you're taking a bath.
Yeah, like that's obviously the definition
Everyone
of
gets
video
the
bath.
video bath.
Yeah, I've had video. I put it up on the toilet, and I can kind of see it if I like. It's a video bath, but you got to kind of turn your head.
Your toilet's kind of far from the
bathtub.
It's
a little far, so you're kind of like looking over.
But the sink would be too high.
Yeah, the sink's just way too high. Oh god.
It's been 10 minutes. Okay, but I think we needed to do that because I think there was a little tension about the no muffin, no coffee. So I wanted you to know. I'll literally
Maybe
come.
I'll just cut all of that out.
I'll come. No, because they need to know what we're like.
Well,
they need to see
bad
us
that I said
on
it,
our
like rich people, like always, like one of my rich. I don't know.
No, it's okay. You should have heard me on Shannon and Chase's podcast.
I defended them in the end,
and that's good.
I love rich people.
We at this 11:11 make a wish.
I wish we would start the podcast.
If you say it out loud, it won't come true, Nora.
It's not gonna
everyone
come true.
knows that.
It's not going to come true.
Okay, episode 7, the Monogamists.
I'm sorry about all the hard feelings around I don't have hard feelings around the muffin and the coffee. I'm like letting it go.
I felt bad. I wanted to. I mean, we were supposed to literally have the whole day together.
I know. And I know that it sounds like the document's 911. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm also like, I maybe should take a nap.
Okay.
Like I
Because you're
just
hosting tonight and you
I'm
might go to a
hosting
dance party.
I might go to a dance party.
I have to be honest. I think you know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to make it.
You're not going to the dance
I'm not
party.
gonna make it to the
I'm
dance
going to
party.
make you, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
I want to dance more.
This might be your night.
Because I always am someone who like is so worried about what people are thinking about them. But I'm like, maybe we have dinner. I have a Diet Coke. Chase and Critter. We're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't have to stay all night. I can just dance a little bit and go home.
Dance for a couple songs and leave.
And I don't even know the birthday guy. So it's not like he's not going to be like,
I actually don't think it's a birthday. It's just a dance.
What?
They just want to dance.
Wait,
Sorry. Okay.
Wait. It's not a birthday?
There's no, I don't think
he's hosting a dance party?
He's hosting. It says best time of your life or something. It sounds fun.
We should do stuff like that.
We are tonight.
No, but like we should host.
I don't want to host that.
No, not a dance, like a game night.
Okay, yeah, that's really different. We will host a game night for your birthday on my roof.
No, we need to do one privately first.
Well, if we could get a coffee and a muffin and play
games. Like you were going to
to
come to my house and play Trouble today. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Episode 7.
The Monogamists.
I love this episode. I felt back. I felt back into it.
Okay, good. I loved 8 a little more.
Oh, really?
So,
I had opposite.
Okay. So, that will come in the next episode. But do you want to do the recap real quick?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Yes, as I could not be farther.
Do you want a mint? I brought mints.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm going to finish the coffee first.
Okay.
Also have as much of the coffee as you want.
Okay.
So the key
Thank
highlights from this episode. Sorry. Carrie learns that Big is seeing other people. Charlotte's soulmate really loves blowjobs, which Charlotte famously doesn't want to give. Miranda runs into Skipper, and Samantha is looking for a new apartment.
Yeah.
What do you think was the most interesting storyline?
I thought like Carrie running into Big and that whole situation, the way that she's gaslit so hard by Big.
The whole episode.
And then every time he gives her like 1 ounce of just like, I guess I kind of like you. Like she's just like, and then I realized that everything was okay. It's like, you shouldn't have realized that, Carrie.
Right.
Because
like,
everything's not
sucks.
okay. He's an asshole.
And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, also, I feel like the times in my life where I've given into the Bigs of the world, I've had no other options. Carrie seems to have this guy, Jared, who didn't seem ideal, but like at the party with Stanford, throwing himself at her. And she was like rubbing it. I was like, Carrie, you have anyone else. Like, be with, you're Carrie. Like, you're getting hit on every episode. Like, be with anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. Jared, Jared, the guy, Justin Trudeau, who played, is it Trudeau or
I don't
Trudeau?
know. I was really excited for you to say it.
Okay, I know. I was excited for you to say it, and I don't know. Okay,
I think it's
Justin.
You know who it is.
You know who Justin, not Timberlake.
Or Bieber.
You do the math. If it's not Timberlake or Bieber,
who do you think it is?
You say who it is. Because
you pronounce his last name.
I felt like that was the way that she, and I know we've talked about this before, but these 2 episodes, both 7 and 8, and we'll just talk about 7 now. I won't rush it, but 7 is just, we really do see the technology, how it plays such a pivotal role in like really dating this entire show. Like so the way she calls Big to tell him that she is with another guy, like, now we do that, but with a story, you know, like I'll post a story and you're like, I'm with a hot guy. Like, are you sad?
It's crazy. Like, what's crazy about rewatching the show is like, so all the issues they face are like timeless.
They're
like,
timeless.
This is always going to happen.
They're timeless.
But it's like the way it's dealt with. It's just like, we'll never be asking the bartender to borrow the landline. Like, we don't know anyone's number. I can't believe she knows Big's phone number.
It's really,
like,
it's wild.
Like,
and
I
when
don't
I
know
was younger,
wolves.
I knew everyone's phone number.
Oh yeah, well, because you had to.
Yeah, I know.
Did
a
you
couple
ever have
people.
dial-up?
Yeah, that was a big moment.
I had
that was a
dial-up,
big
too.
moment. Wow, fancy.
I know people always say that like Gen Z, which is the generation I'm in, like we're the first generation that like grew up with like smartphones and internet in the household, and I'm like, not when you're poor, not when you're poor.
You're Got the dial up, baby.
I'm like, we were having a little throwback at my house.
The non-monogamy conversation I'm excited to have with you because I find it so stressful. Like last night. Okay. So last night I went on a date with this guy and I literally before the date was like reviewing our texts, not because I know I have like some memory issues that we've recently discovered, but like I literally was like just reviewing our texts because I was like, I have to keep track, I'm talking to so many people.
Yeah.
And I felt stressed. I was like,
so that's not what you want. You would like to just talk to one person.
I'm not into non-monogamy. Call me Charlotte, which I guess the more I'm watching all these episodes, I'm realizing maybe I am just Charlotte.
I'm excited to talk to you about Charlotte's storyline as well.
I guess I'm Charlotte. And I have the facade of Carrie or Samantha, but internally I guess I'm fucking Charlotte. Because literally like it's just like it's just the work. It's so much work.
And you know what? It's like what we see with Carrie in this episode is she is like bending over backwards for Big, where it's like Charlotte, when it's wrong, she's out. Which I kind of respect. Like she gets no credit. She gets the being like kind of like a little prude and like a little like stuck up. But it's like she also doesn't tolerate. And like the second you're not right for her, she's out. Where here's Carrie, like Big is like gaslighting her and dating other women and like learning he's like this. She's learning he's like the slut of the city, and she's still like calling him, waiting in the park at 3 a.m. Like all of this stuff, and I'm like, maybe we all should be Charlottes. Like
I know she really doesn't put up with shit. And what was I going to say? It's also really telling, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The one thing I do have to say in Carrie's defense, every single time that Big says, I'll pick you up at 8. Oh
you're done.
God. I'm like, oh yeah, you're picking me up at 8.
In your car service.
In your car service, yes.
It's not like he'll be downstairs and then you have to head to the train.
You're picking me up at 8.
It's hot. And you know what?
It's really hot. That's what I was going to... Sorry, I'm going to have to like reread my notes because they're in size like 9 font. I cannot believe...
Show the camera for the YouTube
they're
people.
They're so small. I accidentally printed them in size 10.
That is insane.
And it's still printed on 2 sheets of paper. So I wasted when I could have just added this.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's really ridiculous. So going back to the beginning of the episode, it starts off with all of them catching up with Carrie, who's been MIA because she's been with Mr. Big.
Which is kind of crazy because it seemed like Charlotte, they were like, she's almost engaged, and she managed to keep up with the group.
Because she's better than Carrie, honestly.
Is Charlotte the winner of Sex and the City?
Should she have been the lead?
I literally have hated her for... Like since I didn't like her, I came into this throughout all the years of watching Sex and the City and rewatching and analyzing and everything. I've always hated Charlotte. Now we're here. Not only do I think Charlotte should be the lead, I feel like I am Charlotte.
Wow.
What a twist!
Wow, that's why we did this pod
for self-discovery.
I always thought she was like I always wanted, like, I thought she was the prettiest. And I thought she was I was like, oh, like, I'll never be classy Char. Like, I'm too much of like.
You kind of look like Charlotte.
That's so nice.
Did
I tell you what that lady at Dunkin' said to me today?
Really nice.
The lady at Dunkin' was like, every time you come in, I'm like, I have to tell you, you're so pretty. And then I was like, really? I was like, me? I was like, I need to shower. And she was like, okay.
Then the best was when you voicemailed me and you said, Duncan thinks I'm pretty.
Duncan thinks I'm pretty. Because I go in there all the time and her and I kind of like give each other looks. Like
maybe it's a thing.
Maybe there's a thing happening here.
Maybe it's a little.
But sorry, back to the episode. I can't get into what's happening for me with the Dunkin' Donuts.
Is she hot?
She's very pretty.
So
and then I wanted to tell her back, but then I was like, she's not going to think I mean it. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you say you look so pretty and I'm like, you're so pretty. I was like, you're going to think I'm saying it because you said it. So now I think I have to wait until she like does her hair differently. This is too much. See what I'm saying? I'm always like 10 steps ahead.
No. I get what you're saying. And this actually happened to me last night on my date.
Like he called you beautiful and you said it back to him?
He kept saying you're beautiful. And then I would say like, you're looking good. Then he wouldn't say
you're looking good.
I don't know. I was trying to I was so dead last night. The idea that I even went out on a date was insane.
But it went well.
And it went really well. So maybe I should just throw up 12 times
I'm
before
gonna try
every
to put the
date.
coffee over here, I think.
Okay, good, because then I can drink some of it. And I didn't just throw up randomly in a creepy like eating disorder way. I threw up because I had food poisoning. Just confirming that. Okay.
So rumor mill, you can stop turning.
Let's just put the rumors on pause. Okay. I was really sick from a frozen Indian dinner that I had, or the buffalo chicken. Fake chicken wings. They're fake chicken.
What do you mean they're fake? Like
they were buffalo. I can't even
the
say it.
Beyond.
I honestly can't even say it without thinking.
Speaking of gagging, though, I want to talk about
Charlotte not being able to get head.
And I loved when they called it the blowjob tug of war. Because I was like, that is so relatable. I
brush my teeth a lot. What?
That is so relatable. Like the blowjob tug of war. The like him, the shot where he's like kind of like pushing her head down and she's like wiggling back up to make out.
Does that happen to you a lot?
In my dating days, like, yeah. Because I also feel like this is kind of TMI, but I guess the whole pod kind of is. I always put out like the first couple of times. Like I just feel like that's part of it. But I don't want to go down on someone every time we have sex. Like I don't expect that from someone. And like every time we have sex, I have to go down there first. And whenever, not with Wolf, but like when I was dating before him, I would like, if I was hooking up with someone third time, the first time I'd go down, second time, maybe I didn't. Third time, I just think the head push, just ask me, be like, could you go down on me?
I kind of thought it was creepy.
I don't like the head push.
Yeah, I was like, that's how.
Also, his pants are like still on. Like maybe the head push if you guys are already naked and she's like on top of you, like, but I'm like, head push, she's got to get down there. She's got to take off your pants. Like,
I feel like you shouldn't be pushing someone.
No, you shouldn't.
Like that kind of felt weird to me. But when she got up and she was like, even for the woman that you love, you're not going to blah, blah, blah.
The future mother of your
children. That was literally me on a date 3 weeks ago.
I thought that was.
Did you think about me at all with the vaccine guy? Or we can bring it up now.
Yeah. I was
when
like,
I went on a date with this. I went on a date with this guy a couple of weeks ago, and he revealed to me that he was anti-vax. I think I brought this up in the last episode.
Yeah, you did.
I did, but I kept giving him scenarios. I'm like, if you had a baby, would you get the vaccine just to see the baby?
You're Char.
Like,
you're Char.
If you wanted to meet my mom, would you get the vaccine? Because I don't want you to meet her unless you have the vaccine. He was like, no. I was like, come on, give me something.
At least Charlotte's guy thought about it. At least Charlotte's guy, he was like, you're right. But then I thought it was so bold. He was like, I plan on getting a lot of blowjobs in my life.
That was really weird.
I was like, then just tell her it's not going to work. Like.
Why are blowjobs so much better than having sex, like penetrative sex?
I don't know. I mean.
You need to talk to a man.
I just feel like what girl
I'm just like so confused. Like why is it such a big deal?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what a blowjob feels like. And I don't like care about I don't really
care about people going down on me that
neither
much.
do I. Like Miranda was saying she only gives head to get head, but I was like,
Miranda was being so gay in this episode. I can't even
I have so many notes on her on episode 8.
Yes.
Like that was that insane. Episode, which we won't get into, but like was so funny.
Is there something you 100% won't do in bed?
Maybe, but like I don't there's nothing like I 100% have always been like, that's a no. But I also don't feel like I've been prompted with too many crazy things where I've had to think about it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I feel like maybe anal, but also like, I just would never do anal like the way it happened to Charlotte a couple episodes ago where like it's a second date.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I guess if like Wolf and I had been together for a while, like we have been, if that's something he wanted to try, like I'd feel fine trying it. I don't think anyone would enjoy it. I think we'd all be like, lesson learned. But
right.
Is there anything for you?
Yeah, any sort of like peeing or like scat play. No one has ever. That's shitting play.
Oh,
I would literally.
Like
I've
scatting.
never. No, it's like skibbity beep bop.
I was like, actually, that might be on the table for me.
That might be any sort of that. Like I've heard of that being a thing, obviously through porn and people. I don't watch scat porn just to confirm, but I just,
Yeah,
I know that there's
poop would be a no.
options.
Poop would be a no.
It's just disgusting to me. I don't even, the peeing thing, I know we had talked about this in one of the previous episodes with what's his face peeing in front of Carrie. Or was it Miranda?
That was in the Patreon. That wasn't on this.
Oh, okay. Well, we cannot give that away because that's $5
subscribe
a month,
to the Patreon
baby.
if you want to hear about a golden shower.
If you want to hear about that, let's see your $5. See,
but that didn't bother me.
And I'm realizing it might bother me.
Okay.
So that and probably anal. I don't want to have anal.
And you don't have to.
I gotta
give it up for Char. She really I feel like she really thinks about things and tries them. Like even in the next episode, we'll get into it more too. But
we have a lot to say about her.
For Charlotte, who's has the reputation of being stuck up, she really if she really likes someone and they post something she's never done before, she'll talk to the friends. She'll consider it. Char's really growing on me in this rewatch.
I'll buy you another coffee after. Sorry, I keep taking little sips of Hannah's coffee.
It's okay.
I'll buy you another coffee if you want to do coffee and a muffin after this. But I know you're on a really tight timeline.
I also if I'm gonna go to your place and I'm gonna shower and change. I told them I'd be there around 2.
I'll buy you something though.
I don't want you to buy me anything.
Okay. I just feel bad that I keep taking little sips.
No, I told you you could.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, they leave this. We're at 30 minutes. That's why I'm trying to get back to the episode. So they leave this brunch where they're talking about blowjobs, and Carrie runs into Big on a date when he said he had a business thing, and I just want to say she handled it really well.
Yeah,
but can I just say does Carrie live in La La Land or something? She sees him with a girl. She goes, "Oh, I'll go say hi." My first instinct would have been what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that was not a business outfit. She was in a short little red dress.
Yeah.
And you could see on Samantha's face and Miranda, they were like, is that Big? And she was like, oh, how fun. I'll go see him. I was like, is she stupid?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have immediately been why are you with this woman?
I think Carrie's in a land that's so full of fantasy that she just doesn't, she can't even see it when it's right in front of her.
And
she's like, that must be his cousin,
So
and I've done that too.
Them.
I've done that too, where I've been so obsessed with someone that I'll literally see there's a huge red flag, and I'll be like, oh, he's not being an asshole. He's just being a silly little man.
Just being goofy right
He's
now.
He's a goof.
I thought she handled it really well though.
She really did.
Thought I would. I think I don't know if I would have ever gone over there. I feel like I would have tried to get him to see me. And then walk out, give him a look. I would have wanted him to.
That is what you would have done.
I would want him to know, I've seen this and I'm not happy and I'm leaving. And then I'd wait for the call.
And then would you ignore the call?
No, I'd probably answer the call and be like, what? And then he'd be like, I definitely wouldn't have still gone on the date with him, I don't think.
I definitely would have gone up and been like, hey, is this your cousin Julia?
So nice to meet you. I'm his girlfriend.
Hey, can I scoot over? Let's all hang.
I'm ditching my friends for the millionth time.
Actually, let's have them join.
Miranda's like, you can't ditch us. She's like, yeah, 1 second. She's like, if he invites me out, I'm going to ditch you guys.
I am Miranda in that moment of you ditch me for your boyfriend, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Miranda, the girls' dynamic, they really can take it from each other. I feel like they really when this is for episode 8, but when Charlotte is talking about something and Miranda's he's just buttering you up, don't believe him. When she's I'm these girls really Miranda. If you ever said to me don't you dare ditch me for your boyfriend, I'd be like, I won't, but we don't talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
These girls really dish it to each other.
I feel there's a level of comfort for you to say that, but I do vibe with Miranda in that if Carrie really was off the map for that long, being hey, if you ditch me right now, this is going to be a really bad look.
Well, I think Miranda's been ditched by Carrie already in this season. Remember, it was a couple episodes ago. She was like, oh, I have my lunch with my editor. And she's like, and now I'm at the Gap. Yeah. They were in the middle of a lunch. And Carrie's like, oh, my editor meeting.
Yeah.
Poor Miranda.
I know. It all comes back to poor Miranda.
Who's offering them all free legal advice all the time.
It was also it was so sad to watch Miranda, her update on her life was that she closed this big deal or something, and she looked so important, and I was like, oh honey, just wait until in 5 years you're gonna be how many episodes? I mean, how many years has it been till? How many years is it until and just like that? Like then she's like, it's just the downfall is so sad.
They had the 25-year anniversary last year.
Okay, so it's a couple more years.
She's got some time.
But it's just so sad. I'm like, wow, you used to be such a high power bitch.
But have you watched the news all the way of the new season?
Yeah.
She gets back. She gets it back. Remember, she's an intern.
No,
I don't know why she ever stopped being a lawyer. I don't even remember that storyline.
It's so sad.
Is it in this original?
No, it was just an ambient blackout written episode.
But doesn't she do it though when she has a kid for a little bit?
No, I don't know what happened. I need to rewatch.
We're gonna get.
Thank God. Okay,
we have no choice but to. So then after this though, we get of course, they're still doing the interview scenes where people are describing monogamy to them. I love when that guy was like, I love monogamy, but my monogamy includes sex with prostitutes.
That was so Hain.
Okay.
I also loved the lady. I love the classifieds ads.
Yeah.
That was that this episode?
No.
Shit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Okay. One quote though that I really loved, speaking of quotes, 2 a.m. and I already had a new man in my life. That is so me. Do you remember that?
What happened?
She goes to the party to go see Justin, and she goes and she says to the camera, or like she narrates, she's like, 2 a.m. I already had a new man in my life. And then she calls Big being like, I have a new man.
I loved her calling Big and with Jared on the phone. I was like, that's like so toxic, but it's like, she's throwing such a tantrum. That's why, okay. I know that Big was bad first, but Carrie's being equally bad second. So I'm kind of like, maybe they're right for each other.
They are. I mean, that's ultimately, I feel like what every SATC theorist has come down to, myself included. Sorry, that's really intense.
It really sounds so self-important. Writing my papers.
Every PhD student
writing about Sex in the City.
We ultimately learn Carrie is good for Big because they're both really shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they are because I thought though, like, I really felt bad for her when they were at that party. She goes on the date with him.
That was awful.
And
hey, she's Julia.
Julia. And I read a column about Sex and the City. Oh, you've got the right guy for this. And then she's obviously upset. And he's like, don't do this here. We're not doing this here. And it's like, he's like, what do you want from me? And I was like, you're being rude. Like, her feelings are hurt. Like, be like, I'm sorry. I am seeing other people. Let's have a conversation about what we're doing. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, why are you mad at her? Like, would you not be mortified if you went out with her and they were like, oh, look, it's Greg. And he's like, no, that's not me. And she's like, sorry, Carrie sleeps with so many people.
Here's the thing with gaslighty men. They cause the most drama, and yet they're so shocked
when
women are like,
dramatic happens.
What's going on? It's like, you guys are the ones causing the drama. Like, this could easily be solved if you wouldn't be such a little bitch.
But I will
just
say,
fucking say what you're feeling.
In this universe, though, like in what we've seen, is this their third or fourth date?
No, they've been like hanging out and running around the streets.
I don't know. I feel like Carrie, in my opinion, when I was dating, like, you can't be mad when there's been no conversation yet.
I know.
Like, of course, there's been times where like I wanted to be exclusive with someone and I knew that they weren't. And so then like we both were like, keep seeing other people. But I was like, well, why would I know? Like, we haven't checked in. We haven't talked about it. And I'm like, this is a whole lot of drama that like just before he even went on that business dinner, like, I just feel like if either one of them brought it up, like, okay, yeah, it sucks you read into him, but it's like, no one's had the conversation. And it's like, Big, you're mad she's out with Jared, but it's like, no one's had, like, if we all just had one conversation, like, you could put it to rest. Well, in my opinion.
Okay, but then your whole like plan of giving him the evil eye and then answering the phone and being like, what? Doesn't really align with that.
Well, yeah, because I would have already had the conversation. I would have, after 4 dates with someone, I'm having the conversation.
Okay. I honestly, after last night's date, I was like, I think I'm just going to do one at a time.
Yeah.
And I can't handle anything more.
It's too much.
When I was reviewing his text before we met up, I was like, what am I? Like, I don't,
It's
like,
a lot.
this is too much. Like,
And also like,
I'm just going to do one at a time. He was very nice and hot and we had like a nice.
And when do you see him again?
So his parents are in town for a week. So that's an issue. But we had like potentially talked about maybe hanging out tomorrow, but I'm not like dying to hang out tomorrow. I'm kind of wanting to have my own day and I'm supposed to see my other friends. So I'm just kind of like, if it does take a week, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like I have
in
a
the
couple
Sex and the
shows
City universe dates.
Yeah.
They don't see each other for like a week and a half at a time.
But he specifically said, he was like, you can send me voice memos, which I loved.
That's amazing.
It was really sweet.
That's amazing.
He was like, I'd love for you to do that. He also kind of picked me up outside of Chipotle. We can talk about that later.
Okay.
It was really crazy. No, like he literally physically, when we were making out.
I thought you meant like he picked you up like the way you were saying, like pick me up at 8.
No, when we were making out, he like picked, like at the end of the date, he like pulled me in, picked me up like a little bit and we made out in front of Chipotle. Honestly, kind of like went in for the good kiss of the, sorry, Jesus Christ. I don't know. It competes with some other kisses is what I'm trying to say.
Got you.
But
could have been the best?
No, it wasn't the best.
Okay.
But it was just like, I was like, oh, this is lit.
It was up there.
Cool.
That's amazing.
I told him,
that's
please.
Quite the 24 hours after food poisoning.
It was an insane timeline.
But
that's what I was saying when Carrie says 2 a.m. and I already have a new man in my life. I'm like 2 a.m. and I'm not throwing up on the toilet anymore. I'm kissing a man outside Chipotle.
Yesterday I was throwing up in the bathroom.
Now I'm
with the one.
Now I'm with the one outside of Chipotle making out. No, I do feel like, yeah, that could, I mean, we'll see. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, I understand what Carrie's saying, that non-monogamy is stressful. And she says, quote, seeing another man is like trying to fit an outfit into an already overstuffed suitcase, which I agree. It's really,
that's a great comparison.
That was real.
Also when she meets Jared, her and Stanford meet Jared at the bar for the first time. First things first, I thought they both looked awful. Stanford is wearing 4 different shades of pink and drinking a Cosmo.
Stanford always looks really bad.
Literally dressed like a nurse. Like I don't know who dressed either of them. It's amazing Jared even approached either of them. They looked awful. And I thought when she's like, I write a sex column, whatever, and he was like, you should write about me. Didn't that feel like anytime people are like, you should use this, and people will tell you the most boring story or the most normal thing will happen, and people will be like, because we're both comics, like, you guys got to use this in your skit.
Or someone says something that is like so unbelievably unfunny, and they're like, don't you use that as material? And I'm like, don't you worry, honey.
I literally didn't even think about it.
It's insane.
I've been trying to think of something funny to say back to it so this conversation doesn't fail.
It's like so crazy. I also, speaking of looks, it's so funny to watch all of these episodes and they all look like little Gen Zers.
Yeah, they do.
Like, because now 90s fashion's coming back. So it's just like all these like Charlotte's little hair clips and
my god, did you
see the butterfly clip
episode, but I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, she looked great.
She's just so cute.
We love Charlotte now. We love her.
Okay, I will say I don't love Charlotte, but
I don't love her.
I don't know if she would like, I think with my hesitance to like her is like, I don't know if like we would get along. Like in this universe, if I was in this friend group, I feel like we would have a lot of tension.
She would really frustrate me because she's too type A and too like giddy, and I would be like, girl, loosen up. But I think internally maybe I don't like her because I see a projection of myself.
Yeah, maybe there's something deeper to work on.
Maybe there's something deeper.
But I thought it was really cute. It made me think of us when so Carrie has now seen Big. She had the party. She's upset. She's like debating what it all means, like what to do about it. And she was like, all these questions I had to ask him, but I knew I couldn't. So tonight I asked Miranda, and they went to dinner. I was like, that's so cute. I was like, that would be us. Like, I'll run all this by you and we'll filter what can be brought to everybody.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know how I hadn't brought this up yet. How toxic is Miranda with Skipper in this episode?
Dude,
that was mean.
That I feel like you've really pushed Miranda and Skipper, or you've been pro Miranda and Skipper.
No, I've been pro Skipper.
Okay.
And
so
that's
this
why
probably really upset you then.
I just think Skipper, like Miranda hates Skipper. And then she's at
She's
dinner.
an asshole.
And Skipper and his new girlfriend who works at Vogue, like just left a French restaurant, walked by Miranda and Carrie. And Miranda, who does not play it cool, this is your girlfriend? I was like, Miranda, like you dumped
also
him.
really awkward when Carrie's like, I've heard so much about you. And Miranda's just sitting there. I'd be like, Miranda, Carrie, why didn't you tell me we're supposed to be best
Carrie's
friends?
just not a girl's girl.
She's not.
You just
she
cannot
really isn't.
trust her.
But yeah, that's so sad.
Oh, but I wanted to ask you if so then story goes, he's sleeping with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Miranda calls.
Yeah.
While he's still having sex with his girlfriend, he breaks up with her for Miranda, which I was like, all right, that was mean. Poor Allison, poor Vogue editor. She'll be fine, actually.
She'll be okay.
But then him and Miranda have sex, and he's like gushing over her, and she was like, "You're saying too much. Like, I'm not ready for a relationship." Were you pro Skipper though when he kind of like stood up for himself, or no?
I guess, but he bothers me so much that it was
There's
hard
no
for me.
him.
But I also wanted to talk to you about this. Do you ever just realize that it's never that no one's not ready for a relationship. They're just not that into you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we just like cut the bullshit?
Also, if you're not
like, unless you just got out of like a very serious marriage, like you'll be fine in a relationship if you really like the person.
No, because I think if you really think about it, like people who are like serial monogamists, like who are dating like big relationships back to back to back, like okay, it's possible. If you like someone and you didn't like what you were in before, like of course you'll figure it out. I believe if you're not ready for a relationship, that's so fine, but just like delete the apps. Don't be on the scene.
Go like take a pottery class.
Stop.
Like
stop. After 4 dates, why am I just learning you're not ready for a relationship? I should have known that on date 1, so I could have said, thank you, I don't want to see you again.
I know. It's just so weird when people are like, I'm really enjoying our time together, but the relationship, I'm just not ready for. I'm like, what are we doing?
And my thing is, why is everyone too afraid to just say like, I just want sex? We all just want to have sex.
Go
People
on
like
Fields.
sex. Like you can find someone who will just hook up with you.
Fields.
I don't know what that is.
The Field is the sex app for straight people or queer people, whatever. It's like the Grindr of like heterosexual worlds.
I've never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Is it like newish?
It is pretty new. And it's also for like couples looking for a third.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's like, just go on that.
I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
I went to one of their functions once. They had like a come get a free drink and meet someone at Fields.
Okay,
And my friend and I went. It was good. We ended up meeting up with these really hot guys. They were from Egypt and they were there for the night. It was kind of random. I didn't know if that was a lie or not. They had really big watches though. It was hot. And then they paid for a cab for us to go hang out with them in Bushwick, and then you tell me what happened from there. So it was good.
I'm like, you tell me.
Really
good
hot.
to know. Maybe Field could sponsor us.
Field.
Well, maybe we'll have to send this to them.
Field.
We love Field. I definitely didn't just learn about it right now.
I didn't. After that night, I stopped going on Field actually because I was just like, I don't think this is what I'm looking for in life. But it was a crazy night. It was fun.
Sorry, I'm just looking at what else I wrote.
No, it's okay.
We're at
I can't
15 minutes, so I'm like, is there anything crucial?
No, I mean, I feel like we.
This is what I thought it was really weird.
Yeah,
that no one addressed. It's like Char's so worried about giving this guy head. I thought it was much weirder that for both sex scenes, the dog is sitting right there watching them.
They were acting like the dog was going to be part of the episode.
I thought that was going to be the conflict that the dog watches.
Same. And I mean, we've seen this episode a bunch before, but I didn't remember the dog being there because why should we? Because he wasn't part of the whole thing, but they were making it seem like he was going to be.
And they said like even his dog is perfect. So I'm like, maybe I just didn't need to see so much of that dog. And like, I feel like there's a difference between like, so what pets are okay when you're having sex? Like
really?
Like a dog, dogs get up on that bed. Dogs like react to stuff. Like if a cat is like asleep on the desk while you're having sex, I feel like that's fine.
Interesting. Bird.
I would never have a bird, and I would never be with someone who had a bird.
Snake.
I would never have a snake. I would never be with someone. Snake though is fine. Like a snake in their cage while you're having sex.
Lizard.
Is it in its cage?
Maybe.
It's not walking around the house, right?
Hamster.
If you are dating an adult man who has a hamster, like run. Like
Rabbit.
Run. That's fine. Rabbit can stay. That's so cute. But don't rabbits have to stay in like the backyard?
I had a rabbit in college when I was hoarding animals. We can talk about that at a different time. I think it was like a mental health issue.
No, it sounds healthy.
There was a point in college where I had a rabbit, a hamster, your favorite, and a cat living in my house.
How long do hamsters live?
Not very long, when you're at UMass. Not long. Someone sits
Not a lot of
on
hamsters
them.
getting out of UMass alive.
They don't make it out alive. Someone
Why'd you
called
have
PETA on me.
Did you live on campus?
No, I lived off campus.
I was like the paperwork to get all those animals on campus.
No, the first year I had a cat living on campus my freshman year. I snuck a cat
Was
in.
it hard to get that?
That was a different
you
cat.
Snuck it in.
That was a different cat that I then had my senior year.
Gotcha.
Throughout college, I went through like 3-4 cats. We can talk about this another time. I didn't kill them or anything. I just...
Okay. It sounded like you did. Or that they
I had a lot of
cats.
One of them I gave to a farm, but I actually gave it to a farm because it wasn't like that thing that your parents...
Giving a cat to the farm.
No, one of them I gave to a farm.
Check.
The other one I had to give back to the rescue because she kept biting everyone.
Bummer.
So maybe that was kind of a death moment for her. I don't know. I don't know.
She's probably still alive. Probably still biting.
And then I had another cat who came with me to New York.
But not
Cat
Margot?
Stevens.
No.
Cat Stevens.
Cat Stevens. Cute.
Oh, I have a lot of stories to tell you about Cat Stevens.
And now is the fourth cat Margot? Or there's a fourth cat that happened at UMass? Margot is Nora's current cat.
No, actually, yeah, you're right. I had 3. Throughout college. But I also had Elaine the rabbit and Galoosh the...
Gorgeous rabbit name.
Thank you.
Elaine the rabbit.
Elaine the rabbit. And I had Galoosh, my hamster.
And how did Galoosh pass?
That is actually a PETA moment. That is...
Private.
That's a private...
That's all fair.
No, at the time I was living with my dear friend / we were kind of, I don't know, I guess we were kind of dating
Okay.
There's a lot going on right now.
I'm learning so much.
And she and I, me and this girl, this is my gay relationship of college.
Okay.
She said that she would take Galoosh for the summer and be good about, keeping him protected. And then I think she was just doing too much acid or something because she kept letting him out to like explore the world. And I was like, you cannot do that with a fucking gerbil hamster or whatever it was. And then eventually one day she called me and she was like, I cannot find Galoosh. And I was like, you realize he's dead. He's fucking dead.
He's dead somewhere in the apartment.
And then she found him and then she did it again. And I was like...
Wait, so he was alive?
So he was alive. She found him and then she did it again.
That wasn't lesson learned?
It was not lesson learned. So I guess it's not PETA. Like we did throw him to see the world and he came back, but then he went to go see the world again and he didn't come back.
Maybe he's still seeing it.
He might still be traveling.
What's
but yeah,
his name? Galoosh?
Galoosh. We named him after a friend. It's a long thing. But anyway, so yeah. What I was going to say is rabbits are complicated because they chew on wires. And Elaine used to chew through MacBook chargers. Like it was her fucking business. So I would be, if I was having sex in front of Elaine, I'd be like, where is the MacBook charger?
You'd be stressed.
I was stressed having sex in front of Elaine sometimes.
Animals in a cage, I really think if they're in a cage or in a glass little container or whatever, they can be in any room. It's the animals that might come up on the bed.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's I could never have sex with a cat or a dog on the bed.
I'm not going to say who this is, but I know someone who dated a girl who insisted on sleeping with her snake in the bed.
That's awful. That is disgusting. I'm sorry. I don't know who they are.
Insisted on it. And it got to the point where he had to like break up with her about it because he was like, I cannot do this. He did it a couple of times and he was like, I can't do this. This is like way too much.
And also, isn't that like dirty?
I don't know. That's my worst nightmare though.
No, have you ever seen the TikToks where people like in their house find like snake skin somewhere and then they know there's like a snake in their house. They don't know where.
That's hell.
I don't know why those TikToks are appearing on my feed because I know there's no snake in my house here in New York, but like it gives me such anxiety. Like you'd have to leave the house. I had a snake in my house
at UMass. Yeah. There's a lot.
UMass sounds like a nightmare, Nora.
UMass is really fucking wild.
It was really alarming.
It was a lot. I had one snake. But we were living we were living in the woods. So sometimes snakes, whatever. I
get what you're saying.
Yeah. But
I've been places where I've like been around snakes, but I've never like had a snake. I've never experienced a snake in my place where I also have to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I know that like that to me would be like, I couldn't sleep safely knowing that.
So Margot, my current cat, she has, first of all, shout out to Margot for being literally the best cat in the world.
Shout out to Margot. If she's listening.
She's listening. She always has to listen. But she has a very severe attachment issue to me, which is so flattering. But whenever I'm hooking up with someone, she sometimes like jumps up on them. And like I was hooking up with someone and she literally jumped onto his back. And I was like, Margot, stop. She's not trying to be mean. She like wants to hang.
She wants to be part of it. She wants
to be the third, you know? At one point, one of the guys was like, your cat really likes you. And I was like, she's going to want to be a part of this.
And you will too one day.
Yeah, she's going to want to hang during this.
You're going to get what's happening with her.
I kind of get, what was the dog's name? Butterscotch or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't have been able, I'm like, if I'm already not sure if I want to give you head, I definitely don't want to give you head in front of your dog for the first time.
That is a good point.
Like, I'm sorry, the dog, also, you know what, this will be the last thing on that. But like, I feel like dogs, like animals don't know what's going on. But like, I know, like I've heard stories of dogs like jumping on the bed or getting into it. And I'm just like, to me, it's weird. Like they don't know what's happening, but they think something fun is happening. But also like they do have instincts. It's all too much for me. Yeah. It's too much.
It's hard for me to know if Margot's like my girlfriend, my daughter, or my mother.
Yeah. That is very complicated.
Sorry, I feel like I'm revealing a lot about
I think she's your daughter.
Yeah, but then like the other day when I had food poissoning, I was like, thank you, Mom.
Oh, okay.
Like I literally was like, and
when is she your girlfriend?
Some days when I'm really on Valentine's Day, she was my girlfriend a little bit.
That's nice.
I was like, hey girl.
But she could have also been your daughter. Maybe she's your sister.
Some days she's my sister. But some days I'm like, I look at Margot and I'm like, could you just speak up a little? Okay. Like, and if we're going to live together, like, can you say something? Because
like human words.
Yeah. Like, I really want to know what you're thinking about all this.
I would kill for animals to chat.
I would pay I don't have any money in my bank account.
Whatever the science is.
That's where we should be putting money into.
We've been to the moon. Wrap it up. We've seen it.
Wrap it up.
Walk it
Everything,
off.
All of the diseases, they're not good. They're not getting better.
We're
so let's
cloning.
just
what are we doing? Cloning people. I want the dog to talk. I want the cat to talk. I don't need two of me. We don't need two lambs.
I don't want two lambs.
That was the first thing they cloned.
That's insane.
Right. Cloning before trying to figure out what the cat's saying.
I really want to know what Margot thinks. Like, I would love to know about what Margot thought of the trajectory of my last 48 hours.
But this is my thing. Like, do they think words?
I don't. There's only one way to find out.
Right.
Science.
Mm-hmm. We need to meet a scientist.
Let's start a fundraiser.
Someone's probably doing it.
Huh?
Someone's probably doing it. We just need to figure out who it is, and we need to put money in their pockets.
Yes, I do want to put money in their pockets. I feel like it is a strange climate for us to be putting money in those pockets, but we've done
whatever we have to do.
But what we need to do, yeah.
There are people standing up for worse causes than this. You know? So if this is our hill, let's die on it. And that first time that you learn what Margot speaks is going to be worth it.
It might be a game changer. It might just make an issue in our relationship.
Like my roommate has a cat, and I think I take everything she does as like it's coming from love. Mm-hmm. It would really be jarring if it was coming from like a dark place. a mean, nasty place. It would ruin the whole dynamic of the place.
Yeah.
Like if her meows were like calling me like a bitch.
Like, slut. like, you're a little bitch.
Because whenever she meows and my door's closed, I'm thinking she's like, I miss you. Let me come in. I want to see you.
Obviously what she's saying.
But imagine if she was like, get your fat ass up and get on that Peloton, bitch. Imagine if she was like my worst nightmare.
It's so scary.
And I it wouldn't shock me. I bet Margot's sweet Bernadette, which is my roommate's cat, we don't know that she's nice.
You never know until you hear them.
I know my mom's cat, Penelope, is a cunt. She's so rude. She's nasty.
I love the name Penelope, though.
I gave her a name thinking she'd be a sweetheart. I named her Penel.
Really? Oh.
And she's rude. She's rude.
Would you be mad if I took that name for my firstborn?
No.
Okay. I'm dabbling between Ingrid.
I love that name.
Ingrid and Penelope. I love the name Ingrid.
I love the name Penelope.
Okay. I might take it. But
take it.
It's actually not going to be an issue because turns out I'm 400 years old and I don't have anyone to have a child with yet.
If I already know what I'm naming my first girl, but I don't know what I'm naming my first boy.
Really?
Yeah.
The mother of your children because you can't get a blowjob? Sorry, I
love that monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't want you to be mad when I say this, but like there needs to be enough coffee for the next hour episode. I'm so sorry. That whole goal of getting the big coffee was so I could drink it for the whole 2 hours.
Well, we know how she really feels.
I'm so
now.
sorry. I realized how much is left and I was like, I didn't sleep well last night.
No,
the antibiotics I'm on, I have steroids in them. So I take it at night.
Wow, we really go through a lot as women.
Yeah. So I haven't been sleeping well at night and
our bodies
I
are.
need that. Okay. I'm so sorry though.
I'm going to stop with that.
In my head, I was like, don't say anything. But I was like, if we're at like 12:30,
I never want you to not say something. So I'm glad you said something, and I've already thought of a resolve in my head.
Great. Okay. So we have 2 minutes. So the episode ends, unfortunately, in what I thought was the worst way possible. Literally no communication. They decide to meet in the park at 3 a.m. They fight over where the entrance is. She says, I'm looking for someone to stand still with. And he hugs her.
And he still doesn't say that he's going to do it.
He doesn't even say he's going to do it.
He's a piece of shit.
I literally, at that moment,
he should have
just said like, Carrie, I'm here at 3 a.m. I'm sorry about what the last couple of days have looked like. I want to stand still with you too. Let's give this a real shot. That would have been like, sweep me off my feet.
It's his lack of communication that starts so much drama. And then it pushes, this is the thing with men. It's like, and then it pushes them to have more serious conversations that they didn't want to have. Mm-hmm. Whereas the guys that just communicate as they go, it's like cleaning a room.
Yeah.
You save it all for last, then your house is fucking trash. Then yeah, of course you're going to have to spend hours cleaning it up. Versus if you clean a little bit as you go, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal. Also,
wow, that was
TED Talk. Yeah.
That was copyright.
We'll be clipping that and sending it to
yeah,
TEDx.
We will. Yeah.
I just also feel like he owes her an apology. That party sucked. He gaslit her at the party. He learned that not only is he seeing other people, he's apparently seeing everybody. Like, he lied to her saying he had a business thing when he had a date. Like, I've been on dates with people when we both are seeing other people, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't, like, I'm still seeing other people. Like, I have a date that night. Like, and if you don't like hearing that, you can ask me to be exclusive. You know what I mean? I'm like, he lied to her. Then he gaslit her. Then he like kind of yelled at her after she had an embarrassing night of being his date, Julie, like being confused as another woman. Mm-hmm. And now he should have just say sorry once.
He can't say sorry.
I couldn't believe the episode ended. I felt like we could have had this fight go on for one more episode.
We would have watched.
But luckily we have a whole series of arguments between the two of them.
Forever. Until there's a stop to
Until
that.
there's a stop.
But won't give that away.
They weren't even fighting. It felt like they finally reached a good point.
I don't know. Anyway,
that was episode 7.
Thank you to my friend's basement. Sorry, I'm always on the cusp of saying my best friend's basement.
My best friend's studio.
My best friend's studio. But that's not their name. My friend's basement studio. Thank you so much. Thank you to
Sean Curley
for our amazing intro music. Follow our Patreon. We just set it up. It's $5 a month for... You don't even know.
For extra content, vlogs, extra episodes, discounts to live shows. We have a
live show coming up in April at Club Cumming. Very exciting.
Oh my God, when this comes out, it probably already happened.
Fuck yeah.
Mathematically.
Okay. You've just seen the best show of your life at Club Coming. We'll have more shows. If you sign up for the Patreon, we'll like you a lot. Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys.
I love you, Hannah.
Love you. Bye.